G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza and this is the Artist Showcase video series where people send me their artwork on newgrounds.com and I review them, and I feature 12 of them a week in this video series, and one of them is picked to be put on the Newgrounds front page to be shown to thousands of people. So jumping straight into it, our first artwork is by artist Alex Wallace, or Stomach Bug, and it's called A Lovely Day to Catch Pokémon. It's a really lovely vector piece of image, and it's a bit of representation of the Game Boy style Pokemon games that I used to be completely obsessed with when I was a kid, and a nice overlay in the front foreground of Ash and Pikachu and a Pokemon being thrown, and the vector style is very clean, well compositioned, well colored, and a lovely image to look at. So great work. Our next piece is by Joe Racha and it's called My First Digital Art. And for our first digital painting, this is definitely well worth a showcase. There's a lovely skin tone to this image. A lot of people, when they shade skin tone, they kind of shade it with like a black, but with an opacity. And this is done very right in that it's shaded with reds and pinks and browns, and makes the skin have that lovely, soft, glowy sort of feel. The eyes have great detail, while also minimalist in the whole piece's outlook. It's very simplistic, but very clean and really refined looking. So for a first digital painting, you should be very, very proud of yourself. The next piece of art is by artist Elias Eclectic and it's called Love, something of a surrealist painting, and it's quite interesting. The composition and mix of immediately hot and cold colors with the sort of the very bright blue and the more prominent rich reds look really nice together, and it's very liney. It almost looks like it's done with like pens on paper during like a math test or something, but the way it comes together is really interesting. It's almost like those old school 3D drawing things. Do you remember when they used to be drawn with like red and blue lines instead of the 3D technology we have today with the glasses and stuff? Used to wear the glasses that had the blue cellophane in one eye and the red cellophane in the other, and it made it look something like a 3D picture. Kind of reminds me of that, but overall it's an interesting composition and I like seeing something different, and it's nice seeing something a bit more surrealist. So thank you for sharing that with us. Next, by artist Caddy C, is a piece called Slark, which of course tickles my Dota 2 fancy bone, and it's really, really well painted. The composition is interesting and nice. I'm not sure if it's a representation of an already made image, but the color balance and the image itself is really well put together, and the painting technique is very clean and very well executed, so good job. Next, by artist Vincent Weiss, is called The Eden and Her Crew, which is a piece in an original series that this artist is working on, something of a conceptual image, but I really like how this comes together. Really well composed, a nice mixture of detail in the foreground and midground, and something of a blurred feel to the background, which really gives the whole piece quite an environmental, spacious and rich looking atmosphere, while also being minimalist on the detail and the refinement, which keeps a kind of rough but charming and conceptual look to it, which is very effective. And the colors are all quite rusty, somewhat desaturated, and it gives a very consistent feel and look to this world that this person is pulling off. Next, by artist Boyka A, is called The Amazing Spider-Man, and as he has admitted himself, he did this from a reference, but that aside, the painting itself has taken obviously a lot of time, and if you look into the details, you can really tell that this person put a lot of effort into representing the image that they were copying really, really accurately, and did a really great job. The desaturated feel and balance of brightness and contrast with the colors comes together really well, and compared to their previous work, they've really improved quite a lot in their painting. So congratulations on the good work. Next, by artist Judy Lekstrom, is called Sci Fi Environment Attack, and it's something of a conceptual art piece. As you can see, the balance of the image is quite dramatic and really well done, and the colors, while desaturated and something of a sepia tone, really give a good conveyance of this dystopian apocalyptic world, and you can see that giant bug in the background there and this city falling apart. I like it when a messy style can be pulled off to still look really refined and detailed. Some images that are sent to me try and pull it off with this messy style and they just look messy, whereas this one in particular has that sort of soft and rough look where at a distance looks almost quite photorealistic and it's really well pulled off, so good work. Our next piece of art is by artist Vladka, and it's called Cartoon Monster, a really simple and effective demonstration of how to create a conceptual character art piece which is framed well and presented quite nicely. The mixture of colours in the skin itself, from the deep bluey purples to the pinky purples of the highlights, mix really well and frame it well, and then the way that it's got the stroke kind of white edging to the character with the purple square in the background is a really nice way of presenting that image. That kind of thing that is taught in Viscom classes when, you know, presenting product designs and things like that. It's a nice way of presenting something. And so as a character design or conceptual piece, which there tend to be a lot of in this showcase, it's presented very well. It's very well drawn, fantastic line work, weight variations, and a mixing of colors and cell shading. So great work there, Vladka. Thank you for sharing. Our next piece is by artist Wristworks, and it's called Nighttime, and it's a really nicely framed image. A lot of images either focus on a character piece or an environmental piece, and it's nice to see the balance of someone focusing as much on one as they do the other. So this comic book style feel where both are focused on the line work and the color and the pose and the framing and everything is all quite significantly the focus of the image. So it's not one thing that takes a strength above the other, and it all comes together in quite a strong piece of art. So great work. And our feature of the week this week has blown my freaking mind, and it's by Claysense, and it's called We Found Peace. Now there is a speed painting that this person did of this. You can find it in the link in the description because it is incredible to watch. I was glued to it the whole time, and it's quite longer than the average speed painting, but there is a very refined and articulated process here. Lots to learn from in the video itself, and the picture, the final piece, is just astounding. So really a really well-deserved front page feature there. Thank you for sharing, and I really hope to see more of your artwork in the future because this was just amazing. Make sure to check out Claysense's work and speed painting, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining our artist showcase. I look forward to seeing more of your art, and until next time, I will see you later. Do you want me to review your artwork and have a chance to be in a future showcase video? Upload your artwork to newgrounds.com. You can send me a link by going to jazza.newgrounds.com and click send a private message. Make sure to include the word showcase in capital letters in the message title and give me a link to your piece of art. Please be considerate of my time and understand I have a lot to get through, so please only send me one image and not a whole gallery, and make sure that it's on newgrounds.com. Thanks for checking out this showcase. I look forward to seeing your art in the future.